Hey everyone, welcome to Mountain Beast Mysteries. Today's video, we're going to be going over a piece of Bigfoot footage that I haven't actually talked about on the channel yet. And it came out years ago. It was actually shot in Alberta, where I'm from, and I believe it was near Wabasca, Alberta. And this is only about 3.5 hours north of where I live. So it's within driving range, and the problem is when the video came out, it was actually sent to us. We were trying to track down where the exact location was, and before we could get any information on it, the people who filmed it disappeared, and we weren't actually able to get out to that spot and do any investigating. As you can see in the footage, what you have is a creature of some kind, a dark, almost black shape of a being, and what it's doing is throwing a stick, a giant stick, or you would call it a log or a small tree. Now the video you're seeing is the video that Thunker kind of cleaned up to make it more clear so that you can actually see this creature, because in the original footage it's kind of hard to see the creature itself until you add contrast and kind of darken it up a bit. Now when you watch the original video, you'll notice that this sighting happened in front of multiple witnesses. It's actually shot on an oil lease site, and they were workers, and there was a bunch of people there, and they're kind of commenting on this creature and what it's doing. And then the one guy says, it's throwing a tree, and you can see in the video that's exactly what it does. And there's a few frames in the video where you see the log. It looks like an aspen tree, especially in this frame here. You can see the size of the tree that it throws compared to the ones around it, and it is still a substantial log. Like this, I feel like this would be impossible for a human being to do, just based on the size of the log and the distance that it throws it, and with like such ease. This isn't a javelin that it's throwing, it's an actual tree. Now, I do know that when trees die and they rot out, they're significantly lighter. But also, rotting dead trees like that, when they hit the ground in the way that this one does, they would break into pieces. And this one stays as one whole log. So that's pretty crazy. Now, I wish we could have interviewed these people to find out what was actually going on there, and to see if the creature stuck around or if they saw it disappear. Because there's still the chance out there that this is a hoax, right? There's always that possibility that the video is fake. It's a short clip. So what you're seeing here is the footage that I trimmed up, so you're only seeing the segment of the creature throwing the tree. The actual footage itself, the full clip, is a little bit longer, but it's still really short. With something like this, I feel like more people were probably recording. But at the same time, they don't sound like they were hoaxing. Like the people on the video, when you hear their voices, they do sound like this is something that's actually happening in front of them, and they're witnessing it. Either they're seeing an actual Sasquatch, or they believe that's what they're seeing and they're being tricked by someone else, maybe. That's another possibility. There have been stories in the past where people go out and try and trick, people. They dress up as Sasquatch and they go out and they find random people to play a prank on, and this could be a case like that. However, like these lease sites, these oil lease sites, are in the middle of nowhere usually. I don't know if you've ever been to northern Alberta, but it's usually just remote forest and just pure wilderness. The only form of civilization out there are these lease sites. And there's always Bigfoot sightings in northern Alberta and western Alberta. This isn't something that is out of the ordinary. Now the question is, why would it be even doing this? Why would it be sneaking up to the edge of the tree line and throwing sticks and throwing logs? And my only theory really is that it's probably some sort of territorial display, or some sort of way to try and scare these people and to intimidate them. That's what I think it would be if it's an actual Sasquatch. Also, an interesting thing to point out is that if this is in fact a Sasquatch throwing a tree, I think it's the only video out there where we're seeing a Sasquatch actually doing something with a stick and doing something with a tree. I've said before in recent videos that I'm not sure if the Sasquatch builds these tree structures because it's never been documented that they're actually building them. Like, it's never been filmed or photographed. And this is the only piece of Bigfoot footage that I've seen where a Sasquatch is actually holding a large stick or a log and doing something with it. It's not building a tree structure, but it's doing something with it. So it does appear that they utilize logs and trees for, whatever mysterious purposes. This is Sasquatch behavior that's never been filmed before until this video came out, We've heard stories of Sasquatch throwing rocks all the time. In the Ape Canyon story, their cabin came under attack by Sasquatch throwing rocks at it. These creatures appeared to have also been trying to scare, Fred Beck and the people inside the cabin, and maybe even kill them. So it seems like Sasquatch throwing things is just a way to scare people and intimidate them. This log didn't land anywhere near the people, so I would say they're reasonably safe, and there's, a big group of them. But, if this is a Sasquatch, it does have some balls, approaching a large group of people and showing itself, which kind of goes against what we think the Sasquatch is, as far as, its desire to remain hidden and to be an elusive creature. This goes against that. Not only is it seen, but it's doing something that is, giving away its position. It's intentionally doing that. So that is kind of strange. I don't know. I want to know what you guys think about this. Do you think this is a real Sasquatch? Do you think it's possible for a human being to be able to do this, to be able to throw a log of this size the same distance that this thing does it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you want to support Mountain Beast Mysteries, you can do so through the GoFundMe link down in the video description. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you next time on Mountain Beast Mysteries.